Welcome to another Remnant from the Ashes build and gameplay video. This is my take on a work in progress range elemental build. The gameplay you'll see is from adventure mode on Earth, where I am still hunting for the ever elusive assault rifle, but, spoiler alert, which means I may have to revisit the Remnant crit build at a later date, once I've invested some more upgrades into the rifle itself. Before I go any further, however, a quick shout out to my brother at Nexus 7 for the tracks that you can hear in the video. I've left these details in the description below if you're interested in his music and want to hear more. Also, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. It will really help this channel grow. The clips that you've seen so far is the build in action, and I've not actually invested a lot of upgrades into the weapons at this stage. I trickled a little bit more into them though by the build clip later on. This should indicate how hard this build can hit though. Despite this, however, the build may not be viable for all situations, as you are tied into the mods on the weapons, as I'll explain later. Okay, so let's have a look at the build. The armour is the hunter set, which you acquire from the start depending on your choice in class or through the vendor. The passive is the sharpshooter talent, which provides a flat 25% ranged weapon damage bonus to enemies outside of 15 meters. The storm amulet, which provides a flat 20% elemental damage bonus. The Hunter's Band, which provides a flat 30% weak spot damage bonus to enemies outside of 15 meters. And the Heartseeker Ring, which provides a 100% crit damage bonus against unaggroed enemies, or a flat 15% crit damage bonus otherwise. As mentioned before, the only pitfall of the build is that you can't change the weapon mods, but they do play into the elemental damage bonus of the amulet. I'm using the Hive Cannon, which shoots a corrosive round that explodes in a 2 meter radius on impact. The Hive Shot mod hits with 36 corrosive damage on impact and unleashes a deadly cloud of bugs that do ticking damage to enemies within 2.5 meter radius of the impact site. Eye of the Storm, which fires an electrical bolt, and its Static Field mod fires an electric projectile that deals 104, which is obviously upgradable with the weapon, shock damage, and applies Overload. Overload explodes enemies for 200 shock damage when they get too close, with a 4.5 meter blast radius. The melee weapon is the Putrefied Maul, which deals rot damage, and the charge attack does an AoE rot slam. It has a 45% chance to deal 100% stagger damage, and its charge attack has a 100% chance to apply 100% stagger damage. My talents have changed slightly from the last build guide, with max Vigour, Endurance and Elder Knowledge. I also have max Exploiter, Executioner, and Kingslayer. I've also been able to work in a decent amount of Catalyst, which provides a status effect proc chance. This will further help the elemental aspect of this build.
I've been hunting the elusive assault rifle for some time now, but due to the procedurally generated nature of the encounters in this game, this is the first time I've stumbled upon it. It seems that I'm not the only one, however, as I've seen numerous Steam posts and Reddit threads with people suffering with the same dilemma. The encounter is called A Tale of Two Lizards. The method of completing the encounter is to survive the waves of trash mobs and elites, while simultaneously ensuring the lizards survive. They do take friendly fire, so watch your shots and weapon mod usage if you're using AoE or status effects, as you could inadvertently kill them. The Liz with the long curly hair is top priority. Should she die for whatever reason, I strongly recommend wiping the encounter and starting it again.
The reason for this will become apparent later.
The building that houses the assault rifle is the building in the far right in the central area, and you can see the purple glow through the broken panels of the building.
Both of the Liz's health gauges appear on the right hand side of the screen, so you can keep an eye on how they're faring during the course of the fight. The problem is you'll be facing enemies that will explode when they get close. Likewise, if you shoot them, they'll detonate, which can impact the health of the girls, and you'll also be facing elites that shoot rot damage from a distance which explode in an area of effect. Again, this will impact the health of the girls. What you want to do is try and take as much focus off them as you can, whilst at the same time trying to dispatch the elites as quickly as you can, because they will do considerable damage to the girls, which you want to avoid where possible. The way with which I dealt with this scenario was through trial and error essentially, and I did have to restart a couple of times due to one or the other of the girls dying. Luckily though, on the particular run that you see here, both of them survived. I'm not normally one for looking up tactics or guides unless I'm really struggling, so this was just, by the seat of my pants throughout the course of the fight.
Once the encounter is complete, go and speak to them, and you'll be handed the key that opens the door to the room with the assault rifle. This is why it is so important that the curly-haired Liz survives.
As mentioned before, I will revisit the Radiant Crypt build guide again once I've pumped some upgrades into the assault rifle and some weapon sway and spread reduction into the build. It will be interesting to see how it stacks up against the beam rifle from my previous build. For now however, I hope you've enjoyed the video, look after yourself and thanks for watching.